The short story is a response to a sculpture by Andriana Donahue. The short story is called Why We Take Our Children West. It was like going to Mecca the way I wanted to take my own kids out there to Glacier National Park. When we finally had the money and time, Danny and Maddie were adolescents, already so formed. Maddie had just studied the Hoover Dam in history, so I said we could go there also. Ron didn't have vacation days, so I took the kids west by myself. We stopped for gas in a tiny North Dakota town. The owner had a large beard and dark skin, and I wondered how he'd come there. A newspaper article taped to the side of the cash register, "Guinness Record Rubber Band Ball in Iran," had a grainy photo of the man next to a hip-high ball. Danny grunted, "Cool," the most excitement I'd seen out of him in weeks. "Watch," said the owner. He dug into a bag of multicolored rubber bands and chained 10 together with small, deft movements. "It's good," said Maddie. The man glanced around the store and reached beneath the counter. He lifted out something covered in a brown towel. Peeking around again, he swept the towel off to reveal a sphere, slightly larger than a basketball, of linked rubber bands. "For next year. I think I will win. But the man who was my neighbor also makes one." He searched our faces for admiration. "Where's that ball?" asked Maddie, pointing to the article. I could not bring it, so I unmade it. He laid 2 rubber bands on the counter for the kids to pick up. "Roll them tight and they can be a center, a start. That is the right way." Then he lowered his voice as if saying blasphemous things. "The man who was my neighbor uses a golf ball." In the car, I said, "We should put those rubber bands on the shelf." The shelf began as one of those projects I do to be the kind of person I want to be. When Danny was born, I started a picture album, the kind where you actually glue the photos in with expensive archival paste. In my best curvy script, I wrote his birth date and weight and the name of the hospital. With the coming of this child, I would become ordered and crisp. Volume 1 has about 10 pages of centered, captioned photos. After that, the pictures are held in with uneven strips of Scotch tape and wrinkled from the puddles of Elmer's glue I slapped them into. Towards the end, there are no more photos. "Smile, 10-4-98" is scrawled on a page, and a tiny sock with pink umbrellas ringing the ankle hangs by a staple to the next. As a toddler, Danny loved to open the book and touch the sock. Now the shelf is a collection of objects and drawings, the occasional photo adhered in several cheap albums by any means necessary, and curated by all of us. Teeth and sticks and report cards. They sit spread, unable to close, like broken pop-up books, and we forget about them for a while, and then a new surge of collecting will begin. I had Maddie's umbilical cord in the middle of volume 2, but Ron made me get rid of it. It's in a baggie, honey. In certain moods, I see them as a symbol of my failure, but if there was a fire, I would save them right after the kids and the cat. In the rearview mirror, Maddie folded her blue rubber band around itself, and beside me, Danny rolled a yellow one between his palms. "Mom, maybe I just want to keep this," she said. Danny said nothing. I got back on the highway, wishing the kids would put the bands together and let me ball them against the steering wheel while I drove. Thank you.